Nice hard run there by Mr. Turley.
3rd and 1. As the Lobos, if you're just joining us, fumbled it to start the ball game. Tigers went on about a 25-yard drive to take a 7-0 lead. Now LeDuc on a design run to the near side, stops at the 30, probing his way toward the 25, has enough for a first down on the gain of 5. Peyton Estras there with the stop.
You know, LeDuc is such a good short yardage runner, and anytime they're in the goal line situation, he's just really strong downhill runner. It's hard to stop him for any negative plays.
5:46 to go in the first. 7-0 Snowflake trailing, but now threatening the red zone. Split backs on either side of LeDuc. Silverhorn, who just had a big catch on 3rd and 9, left of the line. From the shotgun, LeDuc with a high snap gives way to Turley, goes to the left side, and he's continuing to just force his way toward the 20. Looked like he was going to be stopped for very short gain. Instead, he's able to gain 6.
Yeah, he moved that pile about 3 yards.
Now, Gilbert, after allowing a 3rd and 9 conversion, is going to call timeout with 5:20 to go in the first quarter. 2nd and 5 coming up for the Lobos, who trail 7. It's Shoulder Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 1067 and iTalk1067.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Arno. I might not be comfortable on the basketball court, but I promise, at Comfort Fit Dentures, you'll feel comfortable. Always.
Comfort Fit Dentures has dentures starting at $499 with payment plans, and they have 2 labs, meaning you get your dentures in days instead of weeks. Call Comfort Fit Dentures today to schedule a free exam and x-ray. 928-888-0002. 928-888-0002.
Off tackle, but
7-0, the Lobos trail, but are now about a yard shy of the red zone. 2nd down and 5 coming up, as they went with something new or a little bit different, we could call it, on the first drive, and wound up watching Merrick Olberg, who's a very good receiver, trying his hand at running back, wound up giving up a fumble. Tigers take advantage, and now Olberg split wide to the left. Single man on the near side is Smith with Turley in the backfield. They're coming in this direction with a designed run. Great block there from Smith, a great lead block there from Turley, as LeDuc runs it inside the 10. Flores stops him. Well, they're going to mark him at the 11. So a gain of 10 for LeDuc and another first down.
I think that was Andrew Bentley who put the kid on the ground. Well, and Christian Smith. They had, 2 or 3 Gilbert players on that right end on the ground.
Just outside the 10, so the Lobos can pick up a first down inside the 1. Again, with receivers on either side, this time split backs with Rabin and Turley. He's going to get the call. Starts from the right side, moves it to the left, gets over the 10, winds up gaining 3.
And this is much more what you expect out of Snowflake, what this drive is.
Really keeping it on the ground. Just have the one pass play that came on 3rd and 9. Well, the first was incomplete, I beg your pardon. So here's 2nd and 7 with 4.5 minutes to play in the initial. 7-0 the Lobos trail, but are threatening as they again go with split backs. This time it's going to be fake to Turley. LeDuc with the straight arm to get to the 5. Push toward the pylon.
He's out.
And he's out at the 2. Denham Smith was able to get him out of bounds before he crossed the goal line.
Should be really close to a first down. He might just be a yard short of the first.
3rd down, they're showing 1. And they've gone with LeDuc covering to the near side 2 of the last 3 plays. And you've mentioned how he's a very strong goal line runner. Aiden Coor just checked in.
Boy, you'd sure.
He's going to line up off the left of the line. I formation, Olberg is dotting. Gilbert trying to crowd the box, handed off to Turley, who bounces off of one tackler and gets into the end zone for the score. A Comfort Fit Dentures touchdown from 2 yards out makes it 7-6.
Nice strong run there by Turley. Seen a lot more I formation than what we're used to with Snowflake.
And again, going with Olberg back there after the costly fumble. There's a vote of confidence from Coach Solomon's staff. He's coming out to try to tie the game, Sam Brown. His holder, Judd Flake. 7-6, and with a little bit of pressure, makes it 7-7 with 4 minutes and 18 seconds to play in the first quarter. It's Show Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 1067 and iTalk1067.com.
Want to go fishing? Head to Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport. They have fishing supplies, outdoor fishing attire, and fishing gear. Plus all kinds of bait including live worms, flies, and lures. The staff are experienced anglers and they can advise you on what you need, where to go, and what type of bait the fish are biting on. Plus, pick up your fishing, camping, and boat permits. When you think fishing, think Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport. Located on Highway 260, 1 mile before the casino.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
Northland Pioneer College kickoff goes into the end zone. When it's time to kick off your college education, you go to NPC, pay the lowest tuition in the state. As the Lobos just went 80 yards and had to convert on a 3rd and 9. Kept it on the ground except for the one pass play that was converted, and have given us a qualifier here in the early going for the Horn Auto Center drive of the game, as it tied it up at 7. Can't necessarily say that the Tigers put themselves in the running thus far for that distinction because the fumble left them with such a short field. But keep an eye now is coming out. Zach Thompson has 5 carries for 14 yards. He's standing on Brock Frey's left, who's 2 for 2 for 9. 3 receivers going to the far side of the field. It's from the shotgun. Frey has a low snap, turns and guns, has his man with some blockers caught over the 20, and Peterson is going to be forced out of bounds near the yard marker. Continuing to attack the Lobos with these quick passes to the edges.
Yeah, and it looks like they're getting them outnumbered there, and then it turns into a race between, Aiden Coor coming from his middle linebacker spot.
Going no huddle, as they have the same formation, this time to the very short side of the field with the trips. Handed off to Thompson, tries to come to the vacated left side, but Bentley stops him again right near the yard marker. He might have fallen on the 30, and they're going to signal first down.
And a nice play there by Andrew Bentley coming off of that.
Oh, no, they're just short.
Yeah, nice play there by Andrew Bentley, kind of crashing off his defensive end position there to stop him short of the first.
Zach Thompson's longest run is just 4 yards. He's done that twice, but they continue to feed him. And if nothing else, it's keeping the Snowflake offense off the field. Now facing 3rd down and inches. 4 receivers set, spreads out the Lobo defense. Thompson on Frey's right gets the call, and he's going to fall over the 30 and stay on his feet over the 35. He needed a couple of inches, winds up gaining 7 yards. Make it 8. Make it 9.
Really nice cut there right at the point of contact.
Jones there with the stop, but a big 3rd down pickup for the Gilbert Tigers. Have this tied at 7 after the Tigers scored on their first drive following the fumble. 3 minutes and 40 seconds to play in the first quarter. Again, a 4 receiver set with 3 going to the right. Looks like a busted play. Frey is going to run with it over the 40 and then slide down to the 45, and here comes a flag for a late hit. Hayden Nichols got him high over the shoulder pads, and that's almost always going to be a no-no.
Yeah, Snowflake had good pressure on him back in the pocket, but he found that lane and was able to escape. It's going to turn into a big game with the penalty added to it.
So we didn't know what the Tigers were going to offer, as the record right now and the schedule that they played, not necessarily one that was an indication that this was going to be, at least you're looking at the Cactus ball game, for example. The Snowflake has definitely gone through the gauntlet a little bit, but right now perhaps have not taking the Tigers seriously. The Tigers, perhaps with a game plan that just matches up well with the Lobos, as that 15-yard flag moves it to the 40. So tied up at 7, second time here in the first quarter that Gilbert is in Snowflake territory. Going with the pistol, Thompson's deep, fake the handoff, throwing this one again toward the edge where it's caught outside the 35, had by Hepner before he is eventually brought down. But is able to gain 3 3 or 4 yards, and that's really all the Tigers have been looking for here in the first.
Yeah, and they've been really consistent at executing. Like I said, 3 and 4, it's reminiscent of that Sholo, that drive at the end of the first half in Sholo that went the whole second quarter.
2nd down and 7, so they did gain 3. Frey right now 4 for 4, 20 yards. Working from the pistol as Thompson's behind him, 7 carries for 25 yards. 3 receiver set as he asked for it, goes to the right side. Thompson's able to jump away from one tackler, but Lerma is going to bring him down back at the original line of scrimmage. Correction, that's Olberg.
Yeah, Lerma did good penetration in the backfield, kind of forced him to bounce that out. And then there was a number of Lobos there to finish him off.
3rd and 10. Longest play from scrimmage thus far for Gilbert is 9 yards. You wonder if this is 4-down territory here on the Snowflake 40. Clock's under 2 minutes to play here in the first. It's tied up at 7. Fake the handoff. Frey drops back, looks over the middle where he's got a man caught. Smith at the 20 before he's eventually brought down by Jones. And now they're going to get Jones for taunting. Now, the Snowflake sideline sounds like it doesn't know if they're flagging him for a taunt or if because he might have tackled him a bit high. That looks like a very good tackle, and it doesn't look like, unless the official had some very sharp ears, could hear anything that was being spoken. It looks like maybe the Snowflake reaction is they're picking it up. They are.
Yeah, I think he saw the receiver's head snap and assumed there may have been some helmet to helmet or targeting. He did a good job getting some help from the other official, and they got that call right.
Credit Frey there. He was able to find Smith over the middle of the field that was completely vacated. So 1st and 10 with 1 minute and 37 seconds. And the Tigers back in the red zone. 3 receivers again to the short side. The Lobos nearly jump into the neutral zone. Frey now watching as the back judge is starting his count, taking a look back at the sideline. They're not going to be able to get this one off unless it happens now. And now there's a false start on the right side of the line. That was all sorts of madness from both sides of that line of scrimmage. Tigers have been opting to go without a huddle, and that time it looked like Frey only went to the line with 1 play. And trying to check it, had to look at the line of scrimmage and wound up costing his team 5 yards back to the 25. So 1st and 15. Minute and 11 seconds left here with score tied at 7. Each side has scored here in the first quarter, though Gilbert trying to make it 2 for 2 after a short field following a Snowflake fumble. Coming in motion from the right side to the left, and instead going to hand it off Thompson, who hesitated, but Lerma is going to get him as he gains 2, and then I heard a reaction that made me think there might be another flag. I was incorrect, though. Instead, it's going to be a 2-yard gain, under a minute to go, 2nd down and long.
You see Gilbert's back with those 3 wide receivers. They would run that slip screen out of there.
Includes Braxton Nino, who has 18 catches on the year, but none yet. Instead, they're going to go again to Guy, who's going to be brought down immediately. Kaur there with the stop.
Yeah, much better job this time. I don't know if they ran that to the short side of the field. Gave Kaur a much shorter run to get out there and blow that screenplay up. Another big 3rd down.
Will be the final play of the quarter. Gilbert has already converted on 3rd and long and are going to have to do so to start the second as it's tied at 7. They're trying to get back into the red zone here on their second possession. Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint now has 3 locations to serve you. Snowflake, Lakeside, and now Sholo. And with over 85 years combined experience in auto glass and over 40 years of combined experience in window tint, you can trust the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint with your vehicle. Call them today.
Just call 536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you. Hey everyone, it's Joe G from Horn Auto Center in the Deuce and Sholo. Not only do we have great specials on new cars, we got some awesome deals on used cars too. How about a 2023 Corolla with only 2,000 miles on it? It's all-wheel drive. It was $41,888, now $38,500. How about a 2020 Cadillac XT6 premium luxury with only 44,000 miles? It was $33,544. Mention this video for $29,495. Check out all of our specials, hornauto.com. Make it a great day.
So,
second quarter starting 7-7. The Tigers from Gilbert here forced a fumble on the second play from scrimmage, and then were able to punch it in from a short field using very, very short yardage plays to get it in there. Thus far here on their second possession, the Tigers have been able to get 20 yards on a 3rd and long. Now facing 3rd and 12 from the Snowflake 23. One would think again that this is probably going to be 4-down territory.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what Gilbert has done here. They've only thrown one ball, I think, deeper than 5 yards the whole game.
2 receivers lined up, and now coming in motion to the near side is Smith. Starts turning the corner as they're rolling the pocket in this direction. Frey unloads and has this one toward the sideline, but it was too far and incomplete. Nino was the intended man. We just called his name as he has 18 catches on the year, but that one might have been a tribute to the pressure that the Snowflake front seven were starting to bring on Frey.
Gilbert's done a pretty good job at kind of moving the pocket a little bit, quick passing game to keep their quarterback up. We haven't, Snowflake hasn't been able to get any pressure on him, to speak of, but most of it I think has got to do with the play calling.
Santa Cruz is going to try it from 40. Try to give the Tigers another lead. As the snap is down, the kick is away. It has the distance and is incredibly good. That might have been good from 50. 11:48 to go, and it's 10-7. The Tigers lead Snowflake. It's Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
Northland Pioneer College is cheering for you on and off the field. Secure a win by enrolling in college courses at NPC. Earn college credits in high school, learn a new skill or trade. Complete classes that will transfer to any Arizona university. NPC has 3 new bachelor's degree programs and over 100 associate degrees, certificates, and areas of study to choose from. The playing field for your future is wide open. Take a shot and score big by enrolling in classes at NPC, Northland Pioneer College. Your journey starts here.
At Summit Healthcare, you'll find a level of care you might not expect from a rural hospital. We've recently received 5 stars from CMS, a prestigious ranking that less than 5% of facilities in Arizona earned. Our cancer center has proven its level of advanced care with a national accreditation from the Commission on Cancer. And we continue to add more doctors and services so that you don't have to leave the mountain to find the care you need. At Summit Healthcare, we're elevating care here at home.
Northland Pioneer College kickoff. When it's time to kick off your college education, you go to NPC. You'll pay the lowest tuition in the state as Santa Cruz kicks this one straight away. Jones now is going to approach the 10, the 15, the 20, and then run into traffic. But still, Britt all the way toward the 30, maybe the 29-yard line before Denham Smith makes the stop. Now, see how many of these Tigers are going both ways. Is this one starting to feel an awful lot like that Cactus game where the first half and midway, we'll say through the second quarter, seemed like Cactus was kind of controlling things, but then started to get a little bit winded.
Yeah, and those have been two long physical drives, one by Snowflake, one by Gilbert, so those interior linemen, it'll be tough on them.
Rabin and Turley on either side of Leduc, who's right now working from the shotgun. His run for 21 yards gives way to Turley, and again, able to make a huge, strong run. 6 yards when it looked like he was stopped at the... As Christensen is going to bring him down, but
Yeah, he was contacted at the line of scrimmage and just kept going forward, kept them feet moving and pick up 6 yards. That's a really good, tough run.
Looked like somebody wanted to talk to the white hat about something that they had observed, but no flags come out. Snowflake going without a huddle, low snap, fake it to Rabin. Now throw this one toward the far side where Silverhorns caught at the 40 and brought down with just enough for a first down, maybe 5 yards before Hefner brings him out.
Really nice throw by Leduc with that receiver running away from you. Really good touch on that football.
Both receptions here in the first half have gone to Silverhorn. 10-7, the Lobos trail with 11 minutes to go here in the half, but are again marching here now on their own 41. Same formation as the handoff goes Turley and again starts picking his way up the center of the field. Eddie brings him down, but again, not before he gains 5 yards when it looked like he should have been stopped for very little.
Yeah, another just a really good strong run. Another 4 or 5 yards after contact again by Turley.
Rabin and Baum hustle off the field. So it'll just be Turley in the backfield, moving over to LeDuc's right. 3 receivers coming to the near side, dropping back, now try to set up a screen. Turley's got that. Well, no, it's Olberg as he had to run underneath one of his blockers, and because of that allowed the Tigers defense a chance to respond. Flores and Young are there to get the stop, and only a 1-yard gain.
Looks like Snowflake's making a concerted effort to get the ball to Olberg tonight.
Now Turley is coming off the field as LeDuc has Rabin back in the running back position. Now has to unload this one. Gets it to Olberg as he's trying to get to the 50. Needed to get on the other side of the field to the 49 as Magruder is there with the stop, but short gain of 3 is going to make it 4th and 2.
Keeping the offense on the field, same offensive grouping.
And going with Rabin in a short yardage situation. Hard count there from LeDuc. Can't get Gilbert to jump. Taking a look at his sideline as they again didn't go with a huddle. And LeDuc changing things up, hollering at the receivers on the right where he has 3 men waiting. Now he's going to tuck this one, designed run as he's got this over the 50 and toward the 45. Again, the Lobos needed 2 yards and gained 5.
Yeah, again, it's just LeDuc is so tough in those short yardage situations. He just sees a little crease, he hits the hole hard, and he's a big body, runs hard.
5'10", 160, runs bigger.
He runs much bigger. He looks much bigger.
9 minutes on the approach here in the second quarter. Back into Gilbert territory go the Lobos while they trail 10-7. Hand off to Turley as he tries to go to the left side where he's eventually stood up by a handful of Tigers, especially Sergio Sanchez. The Lobo faithful were hoping that they might get a little extracurricular 15-yard flag, but nobody is offering. That's the first time on this drive anyway that Turley was stopped at the line of scrimmage after he was initially hit. This makes it 2nd down and 9 as the Lobos continue to try to hurry up. LeDuc is going to have both Rabin and Turley in the backfield. Olberg split wide left. Back on the right side looks to be Baum. From the shotgun, handed off to Rabin, this time going to the right side where he is spun over toward the 40 by Braden Eddy. He gains 5, makes it 3rd down and 4.
Again, Snowflake just looks content. They're having a pretty good success, too, just running that ball off that right side, those right off tackle runs to the right side.
Going to say it's 3rd and 6. Lobos have already gone for it on 4th down once. 2 receivers on either side. LeDuc wants to pass this one, throws it up high. Will be brought down by Olberg, but that's very fortunate that didn't turn into a pick 6. Yeah, Estes was there and now ended up having to settle for a stop for a short gain.
Yeah, LeDuc I think he'd made up his mind prior to throwing that ball that he was going to throw the ball to Olberg, and good thing that throw was high.
No sign of a punting unit again. 4th down and 3. The Lobos trail by 3. 7 minutes and 30 seconds to play until halftime. Turley is on LeDuc's left. 3 receivers coming in this direction as well. Another hard count. Nobody's flinching for the Tigers. So let's again take a peek back at the sideline. They needed 2 yards on the previous 4th down play. LeDuc was able to run it for 5. Getting the count from the back judge. Snap his hat. He wants to throw this one. Gets this into Jones's hands as he leaps up and catches it over the 30 and is able to run down to the 25.
Yeah, nice design again, just kind of flooding the zone over there.
It's Coulter Willis, not Jones.
And a really good job there by Willis, just finding that open spot and sitting down in that zone. And another really good ball by LeDuc. LeDuc's been on target all night. I don't think he's thrown an incomplete pass, has he?
First one. He's now 6 for 7 for 38 yards as Turley's going to run this one again up the gut. Gets spun down at the 20 by Sanchez, but he gains 6. 39 yards now on 9 carries for Kenton Turley. As there's 6.5 minutes to go, and the Lobos again hurrying up, trailing 10-7, but marching. Receiver on either side, handed off Turley. This time bounces into the right side, still on his feet at the 15, still on his feet at the 10, still on his feet at the 5 before he's finally stopped after a 16-yard gain and a first down.
Another tough run again, another 10 yards after contact, and he just wouldn't go down.
Lobos continue to hustle, trailing 10-7. They're already at the line going no huddle. Rabin and Turley in the backfield. Fake the handoff. LeDuc wants to run to the right side, diving for the goal line, but stopped at the 1. Eddie was able to keep him out of pay dirt, but 3 yards, and now second and goal from very short.
Again, another tough run, and again, more yards after contact. LeDuc 2 more yards after his contact in the backfield again.
Lobos are going at such a rapid pace. 5 minutes and 45 seconds left. Getting these plays off in about 15 or 20 seconds as LeDuc is again going to keep it. Tries to run it to the left side, but Sanchez decks him. He might have got inside the 1. Now the Lobos have gone for it twice on 4th down in this drive. Continue to go with LeDuc. Turley ran it in from 2 out to get Snowflake's first score, this time being a little bit more methodical, as the first 2 and goal plays have both been LeDuc calling his own number. He's got 2 capable running backs on either side and a very crowded box with all sorts of Gilbert Tigers. This time he's running to the right side. He's accelerating to the goal line, and he's got it in. Comfort Fit Dentures touchdown makes it 13-10. Snowflake has taken its first lead with 5 minutes and 5 seconds left here in the half.
And just another good run. They had him outnumbered on that right end. I think everybody's expecting the ball to be running between the tackles, and he gets in pretty much untouched.
9 carries, 30 yards for LeDuc. 10 carries, 55 yards for Turley. 3 carries, 24 yards for Rabin. And I'm going to give you a hot take here. The Rabin is going to have a big second half. How's that for a prediction? And hot take again, penetrating into the backfield, but Brown's able to punch it in. 14-10, the Lobos lead. 5 minutes, 5 seconds to play. First half. It's Show Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk106.7.com.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at SholoFord.com.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
Northland Pioneer College kickoff goes into the end zone. When it's time to kick off your college education, go to NPC. You'll pay the lowest tuition in the state of Arizona. We've got a little bit of a cross-sectional matchup, you could call it, coming up from Metro Phoenix. Gilbert took an early 7-0 lead after the Lobos fumbled it on the opening possession. Snowflake answered with a long drive, made it 7-7. Gilbert answered with a long drive that was punctuated by a 40-yard field goal from Santa Cruz. Now with 5 minutes and 5 seconds, remember Gilbert won the toss and elected to defer. So if they can go on another long drive, the Tigers are poised to really take the air out of the football here. The Lobos defense trying to prevent them from doing such.
Yeah, and Gilbert gets the ball coming out of halftime too, and so they definitely want to drive this thing down, use all the clock they can, try to get a chance to double dip.
Thompson, single back, 24 yards on 9 carries as Frey turns and gives, going to try the left side, bounces into a little bit of a hole, and now still on his feet at the 25, 30, still upright at the 40, and Jet Smith brings him out of bounds at the 42, a gain of 22, and it's just the second really big chunk play that the Tigers have been able to manufacture.
And again, they did have a shot at him in the backfield. He broke that tackle, and Really good run.
46 yards now on 10 carries for Zach Thompson. Clock stopped, 4:56 to play, 14-10. The Tigers are trailing as they move two men from the left to the right side. That's Sanchez and Smith is from the pistol. Bray takes a snap, turn, give Thompson, makes one man miss in the backfield. Now he's at the 45 before he's eventually gang tackled. But again, as had happened on that last one, it looked like the Lobos were going to stop Thompson for no gain. Now he's giving him a bit of the Turley treatment.
Yeah, and Bentley had looked like he had a clean shot at him, and it was a really good cut, and got himself back inside and found a seam.
Gains 4. Both sides have, no, I believe Gilbert only has 2 timeouts. So as they move two men back from the right to the left side this time, including Smith, Bray hands this one off to Thompson, stretched out and going to be brought down in the backfield this time for a loss. Nichols there with the stop.
I don't understand, you run those 3 wide receivers and then kind of run that stretch handoff. You've already pulled the defense to those 3 wide outs. And really good pursuit then from the linebackers that come in underneath that.
Makes it 3rd and 9. Brock Frey, 5 of 6 for 40 yards and got half of them on one pass play to Denham Smith. Smith's been moving around the back of the line right now, set up in the slot on the left. Also here all alone, Jonathan Guy. Joining him on this near side is Nino, trying to come in this direction, but instead Frey's going to have to make something happen in the pocket, slams on the brakes and just throws this one away.
That should be an intentional grounding unless they're saying he's out of the pocket.
He was out of the pocket, and he got it over the line of scrimmage. I think that's all you got to do in high school.
It looked like he left the pocket and then came back in it and then got out again. But Cody Flake came untouched there and forced that pressure early on. So Snowflake gets the big stop that they need.
And we'll have an awful lot of time to work, as Ulberg is going to go back to the 22-yard line. Santa Cruz, who had that 40-yard field goal and showed some big leg, now trying to turn the field around. He has a good snap, given lots of time as he kicks this one away. Ulberg have to shade this one to the right, and it goes off of his hip and out of bounds. He might have been better served just letting that one go. No harm, no foul, as the Lobos will have 3 minutes and 21 seconds to play here in the half and a full allotment of timeouts.
Yeah, it looks like he made that decision to fair catch that ball a little late, and by the time he made the fair catch, the defender and the blocker were already on top of him.
Lobos have been going with an awful lot of Kenton Turley. He has 55 yards on 10 carries. Was able to rip off a 16-yard gainer while he was hit an awful lot at the line of scrimmage, and then for another 15. He and Rayburn are in the backfield. Snowflake's going to have to go quite a ways to try to get into field goal range or punch it in as the handoff goes Turley, and he's brought down, but again, takes a couple of Tigers for a ride, gains 3 when it looks like he should have been stopped again right at that line. Lobos at the end of their last drive were going with an awful great sense of urgency. Baum and Turley run off the field, and now it's just Rabin in the backfield as they move the pocket to the left, unloading into double coverage, and well overthrown and incomplete. Had allowed Willis to try to run up the sideline here, but 2 Tigers were not caught napping in the least.
Yeah, it's interesting tonight. It's, Snowflake's not throwing the ball to the normal. You were used to seeing Ulberg, running those go routes and those deep routes down the sidelines.
Split wide on the right is Christian Smith. 3 Lobos coming to the near side, including the popular Willis. He had that 13-yard catch as now he starts coming in motion a little bit. Pressured from the edge is going to allow LeDuc to run up the pocket, bounce it out at the 30, slips and tackle, and now still on his feet at the 35, still up at the 40. He's still up as he approaches midfield. Denham Smith eventually brings him down as a flag comes out here on the near side, probably just a sideline warning. But how about that run from LeDuc?
I don't think I believe he's only 160 pounds. He runs like he's 200-plus pounds. He must have broke 5 tackles in that run.
It looked like he was going to get stopped right around the yard marker, but runs through that arm tackle, and then he just starts running through half of the Tigers' defense.
Yeah, I might have shorted him a few broken tackles on that, saying 5.
giving him 24-yard gains. They just called the sideline warning on the Lobos, but you can go ahead and understand why they were feeling juiced, because that was quite a run from their sophomore signal caller. Got Olberg split wide left, split backs on either side of Leduc, who just rushed for 24, drops the football, and now he's going to try to make something happen going to the right side, but just does a decent job of approaching the line of scrimmage. Estes forced him out of bounds, but that was all on the snap.
Oh, they didn't stop the clock on that run. Oh, they did.
Second down, he didn't get back to the line of scrimmage 11. 2 minutes and 30 seconds to play. The Lobos lead 14-10. Able to get a 3-and-out the first time. They forced the Tigers punting unit out there. And now trying to squeeze some more points out of this as they again have receivers on either side, split backs on either side of Leduc. Short drop, throws this one into no man's land, and again fortunate that wasn't going the other way for 6.
Yeah, it looked like he was just trying to get rid of that ball pretty quickly. One of the Gilbert Tigers had come through the lane unblocked.
Now 6 of 9 for 38 yards, but incomplete on his last 2 efforts.
Yeah, I guess I jinxed him.
Going to move the ball to the near hash. 3rd down and 11. Now the Tigers are thinking they get a stop here, use a timeout, and might be able to try to find some big plays. But before anybody can do anything, I got a whistle and saying they need to move that back to the other hash. That seemed weird.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that ball's moving back unless the incomplete pass goes back to the last place it was spotted.
3 receivers to the left. Single man on the far side, I believe that's Baum. Turley's in the backfield. Another low snap. Leduc's rolling the pocket to the left. Now stops. Wanting to go downfield. He's going to unload where he's got Christian Smith in traffic and broken up nicely there on a ball that was hung up there by Magruder. And Smith's a little late getting up.
Well, and Leduc took a big hit in the backfield as well.
Smith had a little separation, but the ball hung up there and allowed Magruder to leave his man and run over there and knock it down. And now we got an injured Lobo, as this is a Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center injury report. Magruder kind of had to go through him a little bit to knock the ball down. Smith comes up with 2 hands on his head. Yeah, just hope that everything's going A-OK inside that helmet.
Yeah, usually that's a bad sign, walking off holding your head. I'm sure they'll be checking him for concussion.
So the Tigers get the stop and are still going to have 2 minutes and 16 seconds to play with here in the half. Sam Brown is going to kick it away for the Lobos. Back to receive, I believe that's Guy. Jonathan Guy is standing at his 14. Good snap there for Brown as he's nearly got this one blocked. No, it is going to be blocked. And picking that one up and running this one to the 20. A very nonchalant approach by Sam Brown is getting this one, just forcing his blocker back to him is Adam Christensen. So another forced error by the Gilbert Tigers. This one coming on special teams. But I think Brown just overestimated how much time he had there.
Yeah, it looked really methodical, and that Gilbert Tiger just kind of popped through real quick and then drove his blocker right back into the kick, I believe.
Gilbert wants to take a timeout with 2 minutes and 6 seconds remaining in the half. Oh, Snowflake's going to take the timeout. 14-10, the Lobos lead, but Gilbert again threatening with a short field at Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk106.7.com.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there, and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
Zach Thompson for Gilbert right now with 48 yards on 12 carries. He's got a 22-yarder and a 9-yarder, but otherwise it's just been ground and pound. Brock Frey, 5 of 7 for 40 yards. He hit Denham Smith on a huge third down play for 20. But right now just 22 yards. This is in the same neck of the woods as the last Snowflake fumble. This one happening on special teams when forcing his blocker back into Sam Brown was Adam Christensen, and then he got the loose ball and picked it up and went on a little run. So the Tigers trying to give themselves a lead and then are going to receive the kick. Looking for their second win while the Lobos are trying to remain undefeated. Frey is going to go from the shotgun. Thompson standing on his left. Nino comes in motion from the left to the right side, but they're going to throw to the far side and out of bounds. But Hepner is able to get a foot in and control the football and gain 5 to move it down to the 17.
Boy, that should have been an illegal shift penalty. They had 2 guys in motion, and the one guy never set again before they threw the ball. I don't know if the officials didn't see the running back reset to the other side.
Trips now to the right. Clock stopped at 2 minutes and 1 second to play in the second quarter. Thompson again standing on Frey's left, but moves to the right. Frey, who's now 6 for 8 for 40 yards, hands this one off to Thompson, who cuts it up after breaking to the left, gets toward the yard marker, and now a flag comes out late. Well, there was some extracurriculars toward where Thompson was tackled. They're going to move the flag up to the 15, which is right around where the play had ended. They've already thrown one personal foul flag on the Lobos, but instead are going to go with holding. So spot foul moves it back to the 25, second down and 12 with 1 minute and 55 seconds left. Make it second down and 13.
You know, that holding flag came in from a long ways away. I don't know who he saw. It looked like Cody Flake had been held, but that was almost in the backfield.
Clock now on the move. Tigers have 2 timeouts. They trail 14-10. Guy going in motion right to left. Pistol formation with Thompson getting the call. Moves to the left side, but the Lobos defense is there. Olberg eventually gets a stop. Only a 2-yard gain there for Thompson.
And really good pursuit of the football. Multiple Lobos there.
So Gilbert being very methodical. Already have shown that Santa Cruz has leg enough from this neck of the woods. 70 seconds left in the first half, and they trail 14-10. Third down and 11. 3 receivers coming to the right side as Frey, wide snap, looking in this direction. Has his man caught at the 10. Guy is going to be brought down, but not before he picks up a first down. That's a gain of 14 to move the chains. 45 seconds as the clock stops. There's Guy's first catch. Again, Tigers have 2 timeouts, but opting to go without one now as it's first and goal from the 8. Handed off Thompson, is brought down at the 6. And now they will call timeout. Hayden Nichols with the stop. Now the Lobos can look at this like the defense is really only given up 3 points, but these 2 turnovers, first on the fumble on the second play from scrimmage and then on that punt right now, is making the biggest difference in the ballgame.
Yeah, and the defense needs to dig in here and just limit them to a field goal attempt here if they can.
One note here on Frey, who has 130 yards a game on average, 61%, and right now is forcing the Lobos to be cognizant of just about every spot on the field. He's only missed on 2 passes. Started off by throwing quick hitters going to the right side or to either edge, but now looking like they're just finding some soft spots in the Snowflake defense, and he's been able to strike and find 4 different receivers.
Yeah, and they've done a good job kind of moving the pocket. That's been limiting. Lately, they've been moving the pocket and limiting Snowflake's ability to put pressure on him. And he seems like he's made quick decisions when they have got some pressure, that he's just taken off running and is saving them from some negative plays.
also noted that he has rushed for negative 136 yards on the season. Lobos haven't really got close to him yet.
No, I'm surprised by that.
One more timeout remaining for Gilbert. 2nd and goal from the 7. Pistol formation with Thompson deep. Going to fake the handoff. No, they'll give it to him going to the left side, trying to accelerate toward the pylon, and he's got it in. Touchdown from 7 yards out. A Comfort Fit Dentures score. And Gilbert has gone back in front by virtue of another short field from a Snowflake miscue.
Get another tough run. He got down to the 2-yard line, though, before he was touched and fought through that last tackle to get himself in the end zone.
Santa Cruz, who has an extra point and a 40-yard field goal to his credit. And don't forget, Gilbert's going to get the ball to start the second half. As after initially surveying the potential for a 2-pointer, going to settle in and try to make it 17-14, and will do so. 25 seconds left. The Lobos maybe hopeful for a big return. Still have 2 timeouts, but they're going to need an awful lot to happen on this Northland Pioneer College kickoff to try to give Sam Brown a chance, especially with the way that Leduc has, can't necessarily say he's struggled with the passing game, 6 of 10 for 38 yards, but he hasn't really been able to get a lot going downfield.
Yeah, all of it's been short, right, and underneath routes. And
Lobos beat Bradshaw Mountain with largely the greatest of ease. We're being given an awfully tough task with Cactus throughout about the midway point in the second quarter, but used a couple of turnovers to really do to Cactus what Gilbert has right now done to the Snowflake Lobos. And of course, just steamrolled Sholo before going into a bye. Right now.
Yeah, and Gilbert certainly doesn't look like the elevation or the pace of play is affecting them whatsoever.
Or look like they're matched up against their first real tough test. Is this Northland Pioneer College kickoff? It's time to kick off your college education. Do so at Northland Pioneer College. Pay the lowest tuition in the state. Going to the far side of the field where Rabin has to slam on the brakes. Stopped at the 15 and did not get the return that the Lobos needed to try to get some points here with now just 17 seconds to play in the half.
Yeah, I would expect Snowflake to come out here and take a knee and just get it to halftime.
Remember, Santa Cruz had a 40-yard leg, so if they do try to run something and winds up getting picked off, they could provide the Tigers with a chance to go in up 6. Don't look like they are in take-a-knee formation, though.
No, it does not.
Leduc, who's going to go with Turley on his left, as well as 3 receivers coming in this direction. Takes the snap, wants to throw on the far side, has his man caught over the 20, 25, trying to get out of bounds, but eventually doing so and having to retreat and give up a yard. And they're going to wind the clock to boot. Christian Smith was there on a 6-yard catch, but that'll wind up being the final play of the half.
Yeah, they got his forward momentum stopped before he went out of bounds.
Good to see that Christian Smith's brains are okay, though.
That's right.
17-14, the Lobos go into the locker room trailing. As on the other side of this, we're going to start the Honda Ski and Outdoor Sports Store halftime show as Gilbert has come up the mountain and has taken a 3-point lead into intermission. It's Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Arno. I might not be comfortable on the basketball court, but I promise, at Comfort Fit Dentures, you'll feel comfortable. Always.
Comfort Fit Dentures has dentures starting at $499 with payment plans, and they have 2 labs, meaning you get your dentures in days instead of weeks. Call Comfort Fit Dentures today to schedule a free exam and x-ray. 928-888-0002. 928-888-0002.
Want to go fishing? Head to Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport. They have fishing supplies, outdoor fishing attire, and fishing gear. Plus all kinds of bait including live worms, flies, and lures. The staff are experienced anglers and they can advise you on what you need, where to go, and what type of bait the fish are biting on. Plus, pick up your fishing, camping, and boat permits. When you think fishing, think Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport. Located on Highway 260, 1 mile before the casino.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint now has 3 locations to serve you: Snowflake, Lakeside, and now Sholo. And with over 85 years combined experience in auto glass and over 40 years of combined experience in window tint, you can trust the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint with your vehicle. Call them today.
Just call 536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you.
Hey everyone, it's Joe G from Horn Auto Center in the Deuce and Sholo. Not only do we have great specials on new cars, we got some awesome deals on used cars too. How about a 2023 Corolla with only 2,000 miles on it? It's all-wheel drive. It was $41,888, now $38,500. How about a 2020 Cadillac XT6 Premium Luxury with only 44,000 miles? It was $33,544. Mention this video for $29,495. Check out all of our specials, hornauto.com. Make it a great day.
Northland Pioneer College is cheering for you on and off the field. Secure a win by enrolling in college courses at NPC. Earn college credits in high school, learn a new skill or trade. Complete classes that will transfer to any Arizona university. NPC has 3 new bachelor's degree programs and over 100 associate degrees, certificates, and areas of study to choose from. The playing field for your future is wide open. Take a shot and score big by enrolling in classes at NPC. Northland Pioneer College. Your journey starts here.
At Summit Healthcare, you'll find a level of care you might not expect from a rural hospital. We've recently received 5 stars from CMS, a prestigious ranking that less than 5% of facilities in Arizona earned. Our cancer center has proven its level of advanced care with a national accreditation from the Commission on Cancer. And we continue to add more doctors and services so that you don't have to leave the mountain to find the care you need. At Summit Healthcare, we're elevating care here at...
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
This is iTop 106.7's presentation of the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store Halftime Show.
Ski and Outdoor Sports Store halftime show for the best selection of hiking, camping, hunting, and fishing gear. Go to Honda Ski and Outdoor Store north of Pine Top on Highway 260 just before you get to the Honda Casino. And a little bit of a surprise here as I'm Derek Palmer alongside Mike Brogan. The Lobos trailing 3 and are really kind of inflicting most of the harm that they are suffering. Is that a fair statement?
I think so. It's certainly not what we were expecting coming into the game, but, they had that fumble early on and then into that block punt that Gilbert did a good job to convert both of those into touchdowns, and so 14 of their points are coming from that, from those mistakes from the Lobos. It's, you wonder if they're suffering a little bit from having that week off, that bye week, and hopefully they'll come out in that second half and execute a little bit better.
Now, what's so interesting about that is last year, especially the injury to Aiden Core really went to go so far into really make it seem like the Lobos were on the defensive side really struggling at times. Come into this one fully healthy, but they just seem maybe a little rusty. So now that they got the first half out under their belt, do you think that that's going to be something that could change?
Yeah, well, let's hope so. And you wonder, too, with it being homecoming week, there's been festivities all week. I can tell you it felt like, certainly in basketball, whenever kids kind of get off schedule and there's a whole bunch of stuff, you usually end up a little bit flat. Maybe the football game wasn't the main focus of the week, and so hopefully they'll get at halftime surprised that they're down a little bit and come out with a little extra fire, a little more focus, and be able to execute going forward.
The other strange thing was one of those turnovers coming with Merrick Ulberg coming into the backfield while Carter Rabin was split out wide, had suggested at one point as they were really feeding Canton Turley, who's in there with 58 yards on 11 carries, that maybe they were trying to keep Rabin fresh for the second half. Do you think that might be one of the reasons that they went with Ulberg in the backfield at a couple of different times in the first half?
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of a difficult, a lot of times coming off bye weeks when you have a little extra time. I know certainly in basketball we always tinker with some things coming out of the Christmas break and things like that. You wonder if the coaches were just looking at something new, thought they could get something out of that I formation and using Ulberg at that tailback spot. Maybe they are looking at keeping Rabin fresh. He only had 3 or 4 carries that first half.
Correct.
And so maybe that was an unintended consequence of what they were doing. But I would expect them to come out and be a little more kind of foundational in what their approach coming through this second half.
Now, don't want it to sound like we're just trying to dismiss a lot of this being the Tigers making something happen, because generally it seemed as if, especially that last error, was something that was largely unforced. You had a great play from Adam Christensen, who did a great job forcing a blocker into Sam Brown as he was punting, but Brown took an awfully long time trying to unload that one. So it seems as if, at least from where we're watching this, that a lot of this could kind of get shored up just from the Lobos making sure that they're doing a better job of executing.
Yeah, and maybe playing with a little more urgency, right? Maybe urgency and focus, I think, kind of maybe are the same thing. But, you got a job to do, get it there, get it done.
The other side of it, Zach Thompson, 63 yards on 15 carries. What's he doing well?
Well, he's just running hard, and early on they had him tied up pretty good. Everything was 3-4 yards, and then he was able to break, I think, 2 runs on those last 2 drives. They kind of bolstered his numbers at the end, but he's been running really hard, and then they're consistently giving him opportunities. And then he broke those tackles, and one of them led to that last score.
Gilbert right now with 14 points coming off of about 50 yards combined on 2 drives after forcing Snowflake turnovers to take a 17-14 lead here at halftime. This is the Honda Ski and Outdoor Sports Store halftime show. For the best selection of hiking, camping, hunting, and fishing gear, go to the Honda Ski and Outdoor Store north of Pines. Hop on Highway 260 just before you get to the Honda Casino. We'll continue the conversation after this as the Tigers lead the Lobos 17-14 at halftime. It's Shola Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 1067 and iTalk1067.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Arno. I might not be comfortable on the basketball court, but I promise, at Comfort Fit Dentures, you'll feel comfortable, always.
Comfort Fit Dentures has dentures starting at $499 with payment plans, and they have 2 labs, meaning you get your dentures in days instead of weeks. Call Comfort Fit Dentures today to schedule a free exam and x-ray. 928-888-0002. 928-888-0002.
Want to go fishing? Head to Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport. They have fishing supplies, outdoor fishing attire, and fishing gear. Plus all kinds of bait including live worms, flies, and lures. The staff are experienced anglers and they can advise you on what you need, where to go, and what type of bait the fish are biting on. Plus, pick up your fishing, camping, and boat permits. When you think fishing, think Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport. Located on Highway 260, 1 mile before the casino.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint now has 3 locations to serve you: Snowflake, Lakeside, and now Sholo. And with over 85 years combined experience in auto glass and over 40 years of combined experience in window tint, you can trust the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint with your vehicle. Call them today.
Just call 536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you.
Hey everyone, it's Joe G from Horn Auto Center in the Deuce and Sholo. Not only do we have great specials on new cars, we got some awesome deals on used cars too. How about a 2023 Corolla with only 2,000 miles on it? It's all-wheel drive. It was $41,888, now $38,500. How about a 2020 Cadillac XT6 Premium Luxury with only 44,000 miles? It was $33,544. Mention this video for $29,495. Check out all of our specials, hornauto.com. Make it a great day.
Northland Pioneer College is cheering for you on and off the field. Secure a win by enrolling in college courses at NPC. Earn college credits in high school, learn a new skill or trade. Complete classes that will transfer to any Arizona university. NPC has 3 new bachelor's degree programs and over 100 associate degrees, certificates, and areas of study to choose from. The playing field for your future is wide open. Take a shot and score big by enrolling in classes at NPC. Northland Pioneer College. Your journey starts here.
At Summit Healthcare, you'll find a level of care you might not expect from a rural hospital. We've recently received 5 stars from CMS, a prestigious ranking that less than 5% of facilities in Arizona earned. Our cancer center has proven its level of advanced care with a national accreditation from the Commission on Cancer. And we continue to add more doctors and services so that you don't have to leave the mountain to find the care you need. At Summit Healthcare, we're elevating care here.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
It's the Honda Ski and Outdoor Sports Store halftime show for the best selection of hiking, camping, hunting, fishing gear. Go to the Honda Ski and Outdoor Store north of Pine Top on Highway 260 just before you get to the Honda Casino. So we take a peek here at the numbers. Beginning with the Lobos, who are trailing 17-14, trying to stay undefeated. And Gilbert looking for its second win, having to come up the mountain. And they just watched as the JV team yesterday had lost to Snowflake's JV team, I think 35-20, as not going away. A lot of people here at Snowflake High thought this might go, as Jacob Leduc, 7 of 11 for 44 yards. His longest play passes were for 14 yards and 13 yards, both of them coming at huge moments when they really needed to convert. His favorite target has been Merrick Olberg. He only has 6 yards, though, on 3 carries. Otherwise, Silverhorn has 2 for 19, including a 14-yard. That converted a 3rd and 9. Colton Willis has a 13-yard catch, and Christian Smith on the last play from scrimmage in the half had 1 for 6. On the rushing side of things, right now being led by Canton Turley, who has 58 yards on 11 carries. The Duke has 54 yards on 11 carries. Turley has a 2-yard touchdown run, and Leduc has a 1-yard score. Carter Rabin, part of that 3-headed rushing monster, has 24 yards on 3 carries. Olberg gained 5 yards before he fumbled it on the second play from scrimmage. Tigers right now leading 17-14 because they've forced those turnovers and set themselves up with exceedingly short fields. The first score from 25 yards out, the second from 22. Brock Frey has taken advantage. He's 7 of 9 for 54 yards. Favorite target has been Carson Hepner, 3 catches for 13. Denham Smith has 2 catches for 24, including a 20-yard catch on a huge 3rd down and 12 play. 8 yards on 1 catch from Landon Pedersen. Jonathan Guy has 1 catch for 14. All of the rushing action has been done by Zach Thompson, who has 63 yards on 15 carries. And right now, as the Tigers are trying to get the upset win here, playing the 4A Snowflake Lobos, you would think that Thompson is probably going to see at least another 15 yards while trying to keep the Lobos offense off the field. So what do all those numbers say to you?
Yeah, the first thing is, as we talked about pregame, that Frey is run for, a negative 135 yards, but, almost 40 yards a game, 35 yards a game that he's losing. And Snowflake was unable to get him in the backfield, the first half. I don't even know if they got a hit on him. And so they've done a really good job moving the pocket, getting the ball out of his hands with those quick passes. And so I think the fact that Gilbert's been able to eliminate all of those negative plays, that's allowed them to convert on those short fields and get those scores on that. In Snowflake, I think, offensively, they've had some success running Turley, and Rabin had that big run, but the passing game seems to be more conservative than normal. We haven't seen Olberg. Usually he's a deep threat, and we haven't seen him run down the field at all. I mean, I don't even know if he's run a deep route today. I don't know if that's something that the coaches have seen in the scouting report or something, that they have prepared for that, or what the reason for that kind of change in philosophy is. But I would expect him to at least take a shot here in the second half. If they can get Olberg behind the defense, get a big play. I think that would certainly help the offense out quite a bit.
17-14, Gilbert leading and is going to receive the kick to start the second half, as this has been the Honda Ski and Outdoor Sports Store halftime show. For the best selection of hiking, camping, hunting, and fishing gear, go to the Honda Ski and Outdoor Store north of Pine Top on Highway 260, just before you get to the Honda Casino. Second half coming up after this as the Tigers lead 3. It's Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
This has been iTalk 106.7's presentation of the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store halftime show.
Hi, I'm Dr. Arno. I might not be comfortable on the basketball court, but I promise, at Comfort Fit Dentures, you'll feel comfortable. Always.
Comfort Fit Dentures has dentures starting at $499 with payment plans, and they have 2 labs, meaning you get your dentures in days instead of weeks. Call Comfort Fit Dentures today to schedule a free exam and x-ray. 928-888-0002. 928-888-0002.
Want to go fishing? Head to Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport. They have fishing supplies, outdoor fishing attire, and fishing gear. Plus all kinds of bait, including live worms, flies, and lures. The staff are experienced anglers, and they can advise you on what you need, where to go, and what type of bait the fish are biting on. Plus, pick up your fishing, camping, and boat permits. When you think fishing, think Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport. Located on Highway 260, 1 mile before the casino.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint now has 3 locations to serve you: Snowflake, Lakeside, and now Sholo. And with over 85 years combined experience in auto glass and over 40 years of combined experience in window tint, you can trust the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint with your vehicle. Call them today.
Just call 536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you.
Hey everyone, it's Joe G from Horn Auto Center in the Deuce and Sholo. Not only do we have great specials on new cars, we got some awesome deals on used cars too. How about a 2023 Corolla with only 2,000 miles on it? It's all-wheel drive. It was $41,888, now $38,500. How about a 2020 Cadillac XT6 Premium Luxury with only 44,000 miles? It was $33,544. Mention this video for $29,495. Check out all of our specials, hornauto.com. Make it a great day.
Northland Pioneer College is cheering for you on and off the field. Secure a win by enrolling in college courses at NPC. Earn college credits in high school, learn a new skill or trade. Complete classes that will transfer to any Arizona university. NPC has 3 new bachelor's degree programs and over 100 associate degrees, certificates, and areas of study to choose from. The playing field for your future is wide open. Take a shot and score big by enrolling in classes at NPC, Northland Pioneer College. Your journey starts here.
As they should. I can think of we're back here. It's Snowflake High School. It's Gilbert leading the Lobos 17-14 and won the toss and are looking to try and go on a second lengthy drive. The Tigers went on one that wound up stalling and led to the 40-yard field goal from Santa Cruz. But right now the biggest difference is 0 turnovers from Gilbert, 2 short fields provided by Snowflake turnovers, and 2 touchdowns that resulted, and that's how the Tigers got their lead. So the Lobos had an extra 5 minutes to try to figure things out at halftime because it's homecoming.
Yeah, you wonder if that's beneficial or if it's detrimental, right, when you're in the locker room. The older I get, the less I have to stay in the locker room, so I don't know what I would do for 5 extra minutes, I'll tell you that.
Well, the internet's a crazy thing. You can kill an awful lot of time with any number of mobile apps.
So what I don't understand is football's the only sport where you run the clock down to 0 and then you put more time to warm up again at halftime. For the life of me, I always wonder why they struggle to just put one amount of time on the clock and let it all run down.
You know, I don't know. I figured it's just because they wanted to give broadcasters something to complain about. As Brown has got that one teed up and ready to go with the Northland Pioneer College kickoff. Back to receive for the Tigers is Jonathan Guy and Carson Hepner. Brown, who has been able to boot a couple of these into the end zone, probably looking to do the same here as he puts a big foot into it. Guy will take it on the goal line and allow him to run it out there as he's already at the 15, and a huge play on special teams coming up for the Lobos as he can't get to the 20. Bentley there stops him, and a loss of 4 on the decision there from Jonathan Guy.
Yeah, again, a really good kickoff, great coverage. Again, a swarm of Lobos down there. I guess maybe a herd of Lobos or whatever, a pack of Lobos, I'm sorry.
I like swarm. The swarming Lobos.
I guess that'll tell you what my understanding of animal and herds are, I guess.
The Tigers are coming out again with Zach Thompson, 63 yards on 15 carries, and now Frey. Oh, no, Brock Frey is there as the quarterback. Pistol formation with Thompson, who's going to get the call. Started to bounce this out to the left side. Forced his way over the 15 and down to the 18. Brent White there stops him after a gain, maybe 2.
Ken Bentley and Flake are deep in the backfield again and forcing him to cut that ball back in. And really good job by the rest of the Lobos there to clean that thing up and hold him to a short gain.
Again, going with the pistol. Receivers on either side. Second down, they're calling it a very short 9. Thompson deep as they send this one again to the left side. He wants to again cut this up, but Aiden Kaur is able to catch him at the shoelaces and hold on for dear life. And now he's trying to get everybody jacked up.
It's good to see that passion and that physicality, right, that Kaur plays with. And I think if Snowflake gets playing with that urgency, that passion, it'll bode well for him in the second half.
No huddle here for the Tigers. Third down, they're calling this one 11. Frey has been able to survey and go largely untouched, even on third and long situations. 3 receivers coming to the near side as he fakes the handoff, and it looks like another busted play, but this time he's not going to be able to go on a run as Bentley stops him at the line of scrimmage. Looked like he really wanted to hand that one off to Thompson, almost begging him at one point. And Thompson is unawares throughout.
Yeah, that was an interesting play call on 3rd and 12. If they were just trying not to make a mistake, I guess, and didn't work out real well for him.
Lobos hyped after the stop. Ulberg standing at his 45. He had an awfully dicey punting reception that wound up going out of bounds off his hip as Santa Cruz kicks this one. Woo, big boot, as this is going to go all the way across into Snowflake territory and then take a huge Gilbert bounce and roll at the 30 before stopping at the 29. So the field is effectively turned around.
And Gilbert's special teams play tonight has been very good. They got the 40-yard field goal, the block punt. They've and then the fumble punt that went out of bounds again, and then this punt again had to be about 50 yards.
At least, I think that probably 56. So 9:58 to play in the third. The Lobos get the 3 and out. Had Ulberg set up on the plus side of the field, but instead they're going to start this off with not bad field position, just nowhere near what they were hoping for. Split backs on either side of LeDuc, and the handoff goes Rabin. Starts to the right side, hesitates, and even the much smaller runner in Rabin is able to take a couple of Tigers forward for an extra yard or two. Flores gets the stop, but not before Rabin has 4.
Yeah, another good strong run by the Lobo running backs.
Trailing 3. 2nd down and 6, again going without a huddle as the handoff this time will go Turley. Starts serpentining toward the right side of the line. Stopped after he gains 4, sets up 3rd and short.
Again, that low snap. Snowflake's had a number of snaps. It looks like it just not quite, they're just not sharp, and it feels like it cost, Turley maybe a step hitting that hole.
3rd down, now 2, maybe closer to 3, though, as the clock approaches 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. Tigers watched as the offense stalled on a 3 and out, now trying to do the same to the Lobos. Receivers on either side, got an H-back right of the left of the line. Instead, now LeDuc forced to come up in the pocket, now trying to bounce off of one of his blockers. Still on his feet as he cuts back to the 40. On his feet at the 50, and he's in the open field. 30, LeDuc's at the 20, 10, 5, touchdown. 53 yards, 63 yards on the Comfort Fit Dentures touchdown.
Again, breaking 2 or 3 tackles in the backfield, and then when he gets in the open field, he's got some quicks. Boy, he was running away from everybody in that. That's just a really good play. Big, it certainly turns momentum here. Should give Snowflake confidence for the second half.
Sam Brown in for the extra point. Great run there by LeDuc, but I tell you, I would not want to be in Gilbert's film room tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because it looked like they had him stopped for a loss twice. And then even after that, maybe not a touchdown, but we talked about how he runs much bigger than he's listed as Sam Brown's extra point is up and good, and he bounced off quite a few tacklers to go 63 yards and give the Lobos a 21-17 lead with 8:41 to go in the third quarter. Show look forward to presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
At Summit Healthcare, you'll find a level of care you might not expect from a rural hospital. We've recently received 5 stars from CMS, a prestigious ranking that less than 5% of facilities in Arizona earned. Our cancer center has proven its level of advanced care with a national accreditation from the Commission on Cancer. And we continue to add more doctors and services so that you don't have to leave the mountain to find the care you need. At Summit Healthcare, we're elevating care.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
Northland Pioneer College kickoff. Wisely, Guy allows that one to go into the end zone. When it's time to kick off your college education, be equally wise and go to NPC and pay the lowest tuition in the state. Last time, Guy tried to run it out and wound up yielding about 5 yards on the decision. And now every yard precious, as mentioned it coming out of the half, but the Tigers benefiting from 2 short fields. When forced to go a little bit more conventionally, they just got the 3 points to show for it. We've emphasized how it seems as if the onus is on the Lobos to not make mistakes, but now the Tigers are really going to have to try to make something happen here.
Yeah, but was really impressed that last drive, just the penetration that the defensive line was able to play with.
Another broken play here as Frey is going to be jumped on from behind by Bentley, but one wonders now what is going on with these exchanges here. That's the second time in as many plays that Frey thought Thompson was going in a different direction.
Yeah, and you wonder a little bit of loss of focus. Maybe it's the conditioning and the altitude starting to get him. I think that's usually the first thing that goes when you fatigue is your mind.
Loss of 2, second down and 12, 8:10 to go in the third quarter, and the Tigers again on the wrong side of the scoreboard. Now Frey dropping back, one to set up a screen as he gets this to Nino as he runs it to the 20, but only gains 2. Lerma able to get him before he turns that into a little bit of a bigger game, but they had to run an awful lot of field to gain those 2 yards.
Yeah, and a really good job by Aiden Coor getting off that block as well. Lerma's playing really fast and
credited with getting over the line of scrimmage, so third and an awfully long 9. Now they made it 10. I say the original line of scrimmage. The Tigers trying not to huddle. Have only run 5 offensive plays here after accepting the opening kick to start the second half. Now with an awfully long ways to go to try to move the change. Nino is in motion behind the line of scrimmage, moving left to right. Now 2 receivers on this near side. High snap brought down by Frey, moving the pocket in this direction. Throws this one again into the interior where Guy has this one. Caught at the 31 and enough for a first down. Needed 10, got 11.
Got a really good route. Snowflake's playing mostly zone on the back side of that, and he found that gap in that zone and got just enough for the first down.
And credit the Gilbert coaches, saw that their quarterback was constantly under duress in the first 4 games, moving the pocket. It's allowing him even to just get his feet set and find somebody in the interior of that zone. So move it out to the 31 as this time Thompson will get the handoff, and he's over the left side and nearly splitting 2 tacklers at the 40. Jet Smith brings him down, but not before he gains 8.
Yeah, and you make one big play, you get that first down, and again, you get a little pep in your step, and follow that up with a good run.
Neither side really fond of the huddle. 6:35 to go as the Tigers trail 21-17, but facing second and short after the big third down pickup between Frey and Guy. Guy right now, lone man on the left, I believe. He's got 2 receivers coming to the near side. That includes Hepner, who's been one of his favorite targets. Frey, does he have a new running back standing on his right? Cranston is the running back as he gets the call, and he's going to be met before he can get to the line of scrimmage by Aiden Coor, among others.
Well, they blew that whistle dead, though, behind the line of scrimmage.
Cranston runs for 43 yards a game. That's his first carry, and he's probably fortunate to get that back to the line of scrimmage for no gain. But we've been speculating that there's going to be some winded Tigers, and maybe Thompson right now the first to show some signs of fatigue as Cranston's going to be back in the pistol. Frey with receivers on either side and an H-back. Going to go again with Cranston, who's going to get met in the backfield by Bentley.
White. Yeah, again, really good penetration. They got him, 3 yards deep in the backfield on that, and looks like they're going to punt.
Trailing 4, still an awful lot of ball game. Now, Ulberg is again set up short. Now he's being told by the sideline, come on. Last punt we had was about 56 yards. Santa Cruz, who also has the 40-yard field goal. Great snap, lots of time, kicks this one as Ulberg approaches it at the 25, catches it after a juggle, brought down from behind as he gets to the 30. Christensen and Guy were there with the stop. Notice we're calling an awful lot of these Gilbert offensive players on the defensive side and special teams.
Yeah, I wonder if something did happen with Thompson. I mean, it was surprising to me that he wouldn't be in there running that third down, especially that short yardage run.
He's been out there for every other offensive play. So here come the Lobos from roughly where they had started last. 31-yard line, leading 21-17 now after the 63-yard run from Leduc. He's got 117 yards on 12 carries to go with 2 touchdowns. 3 receivers going to the far side, but they're going to pitch it to the short side, and Turley looking for some blocking help as he goes outside, gets to the 40, but a flag comes down, and an incredulous Lobo is having...
Yeah,
he got underneath the pads. Come on.
If Brockborn didn't hold, he sure is making it look like he thought he might have held.
Flag is at the 41. That would have been a first down for Turley. Instead, fans don't like it, but if you're going to do that, you probably should not be right in front of the line judge.
No, and when you're outside of all of the mess of people, it's awfully easy to see.
Push it back to the Lobo 28. First down now 15. And even after the miscue. Remember that first week against Bradshaw Mountain, the Lobos had lots of penalties, and that I think is just their second today. As they again go with the trips go to the right side, including Ulberg. Single man on the near side, Smith. Rabin's in the backfield. As Leduc wanted to keep this one himself, but he's going to be wrapped up instead by 3 different Tigers, including Dowler.
Yeah, it looks like, there 3 of them came through, and Leduc just didn't even have enough time to get to the corner.
So a loss of 3, and Snowflake's going in the wrong direction. 2nd and 18. Continuing with the same 4 receivers set and 3 going to the right. Ravens the lone back. Leduc drops back, pressured. Now he runs it up in the pocket, but Christensen's going to track him down from behind, and he again can't get to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that looked like a designed quarterback draw. All receivers ran go routes, and looked like there might be a seam that opened up, but it closed really quickly.
So now, got to dial up a 3rd and 18 play. Rabin is going to remain in the backfield. Silverhorn off the sideline. As he's going off the right, I think he's down in the tight end position. Short drop, Leduc pressured, runs through 1 tackler. Now he's surrounded by Tigers as he crosses over the 25. So he gains positive yardage that time, but Jamin King stops him, and right now the Lobo signal caller coming back to the sideline after having taken a beating on that sequence.
Yeah, it was a rough sequence. That looked like that was, again, that was going to be a pass play, but the pressure got there so quickly before any of the wide receivers could uncover.
Guy is standing at his 35-yard line. Brown's last punt was a disaster, and right now the Tigers, with their ears pinned back, gets this one away much more quickly, and it's a high kick that forces Guy to come up at the 40, runs away from 1 tackler. Now he's got some space as he goes over the 50, and now finally brought down at the Snowflake 45. So a short kick and an excellent return. Bjorn there with the stop, and both sides starting to look like they're becoming less amused with one another after each of these plays.
Well, and again, another positive play from Gilbert, special teams. About a 20-yard return puts them in plus territory, but I didn't even see the flag on the field.
Flag back at the 40 on the Gilbert side, so that negates a great return from Guy, but perhaps that is why he had such a great run. See if we can take a look at what happened here. Is that Turley, who was on the approach?
It looked like Coor. There was a block in the back on Aiden Coor coming off of that right sideline.
So that pushes it back to the Tiger 30. The Tigers were looking for something to give them a shot in the arm, and it looked like Guy had provided instead. Again, not bad field position, just nowhere near where they hoped they would be, as it's going to cost 25 yards of field position after the miscue. Nate Sanchez is coming to the line of scrimmage. Is still in as the running back is Cole Cranston. So Thompson wasn't out for the last 2 plays on the offensive side, and he's still on the sideline now. No, there he's actually right there as he gets the call. And he has very little room to run in, though he does force his way out to a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, again, Woodside with a stick right at the line of scrimmage.
Woodside stops him after that first half. I think Thompson might have been able to bully his way out for another couple of yards. There's now the single man on the far side is Hepner. He's had 3 catches for 13 yards. It's also the short side of the field. First quarter, they were going toward those edges an awful lot. Now on 2nd and 8, take the shotgun snap and are looking in the near side. Leave this one up for Guy, who had to come back to catch it. Runs it all the way to the 35 and cost himself again a couple of yards, but he's able to fall forward. Lerma and Woodside there for the stop. Gain of 5 sets it 3rd down and short.
Again, a really good job here by Frey as Bentley had come clean. Was able to stand in the pocket and deliver that ball on target.
10 of 12 for 72 yards is Brock Frey. 3 catches for 30 yards for Guy. 3rd down and 3 with 90 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. 21-17, Snowflake leading. They've allowed 1 first down here in the 3rd. 3rd time they've been out here on the defensive side. Trips going to the far side, but Sanchez comes in motion, now sets up as an H-back as the handoff is going to go to Thompson, who goes over the left side and is all the way into Snowflake territory on a gain of 14 before Lerma gets the stop.
Nice design play there as they bring that H-back back in and kind of overload that side. He didn't do much. He just ran like a little dart route, but he took 2 defenders with him on that route, and that was they vacated that spot where that run went.
Under a minute to go in the 3rd, 21-17, Snowflake leading, but Tigers pick up a huge first down. Now from the Snowflake 48, Frey drops back. Now running out of time, and is going to be brought down on a huge play there from Bentley. Oh, bigger pardon, Flake.
And he just beat his man, really tough rush, just overpowered him while he was holding his shirt. And you kind of like the physicality with that tackle as well.
Loss of 9-ish. Said that Frey had rushed for negative 136 yards. Now a couple of sacks in the 3rd quarter has him down to negative 11. Don't know if they have to get this play off as the clock approaches 10 seconds. Trailing 4. Doesn't look as if Gilbert is anxious to get this play off as there's 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and they will run it with 1 second left. Looking to throw this one over the top, where there's a little bit of separation. Instead, it's going to be underthrown and intercepted by Smith. No, he dropped it.
This would be an
Smith
interesting
looked like
call.
he had it as he was landing, but the ball was dislodged by the turf. Taking a look here at the replay. Oh, that wasn't Smith. Oh, he never had it.
Gian Jones.
Jones couldn't come down with it, and instead.
Yeah, I don't know if that ball ever hit the ground. That Gilbert Tiger receiver almost came out with the ball after it bounced up.
It'll be 3rd and 21 in the 4th quarter. 21-17, the Lobos have the edge at Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk106.7.com.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
Did that happen to you? Or did somebody...
Final period of play, 21-17. Lobos were the only team to get any points on the board in the third quarter. The Tigers, twice, looked like they penetrated into Snowflake territory, but first a penalty flag on the punt return from Jonathan Guy forced him back, and then a sack. Brock Frey had been untouched throughout the first half, but he's been brought down twice in the third quarter. So it's 3rd and 21. They've been able to get chunks in this sort of distance in the first half. So take a look here on the near side. Hepner has single coverage off on the left. Now moving out of the line is Smith. Frey drops back, pressured, wants to set up a screen, and it's caught by Thompson. He runs away from one tackler, gets to the 45, slips an open field tackle, but the rest of the Lobos are again able to swarm as Smith is able to get the stop.
You know, Kennard did a really good job of diagnosing that screen and just couldn't bring him down.
Give him 4 yards. 11 of 13 is Brock Frey for 76 yards. That's Thompson's first catch. And only trailing 4, though they're right by midfield. Santa Cruz going to kick it away on 4th and 18. And it's been a little bit of an adventure back there for the Lobos as this one's kicked low and returnable. Grabbed at the 15. Immediately running away from one tackler and coming to the near side. Olberg trying to catch the edge. Slips it up at the 35 before he loses his footing and brought down at the 39. Cranston is actually there on the stop. Olberg becoming more and more sure-handed as the game ages. 11 minutes remaining to play. And the Lobos leading 21-17. Again, got to go to that first half. 2 short fields off of 2 Snowflake turnovers. When the Tigers are forced to go the length of the field, only have 3 points. So if Snowflake is able to occupy some clock, get some points, and then not give up a big special teams play, the way that this game has gone over 3+ quarters, it feels like that might be enough to keep the Lobos undefeated.
Yeah, big drive here. If they can, like you said, take half that clock off and end up with some points out of this, I think they'll be in a really good position.
Rabin's off the slot. He's going to get the call and start moving to the right side, looking for some blocking help as he gets to the 45. Winds up gaining 6, maybe 7 before Estes brings him down. That's just his 5th carry. 35 yards on him, though.
Yeah, they've had some success running to that right edge tonight.
Snowflake, when the offense has been humming, has not wanted to spend any time thinking about it. Just get to the line and go. Now trying to bleed the clock, having to slow down a little bit. Let's see if this disrupts their rhythm. Lobos with 10.5 minutes to play, facing 2nd down and 4. Same formation now as Rabin stays in the slot. Designed run here for LeDuc, trying to get some blocking help from Turley, but he's going to be pushed out of bounds by a couple of pursuing Tigers.
Yeah, the play just was a little too slow developing. And was it, Gilbert had pretty good number of players run to the football there and going to take anything. It looked like it had a little bit of an opportunity to break on that right end, but that pursuit kind of ran that down.
Clock stopped now with 10:22 to play, and a big 3rd down here for both the Lobo offense, but perhaps even huger for the Tigers defense, trying to get back the football while trailing by just 1 score. Split backs on either side of LeDuc. Handoff as goes Rabin, who's met at the line of scrimmage, stays on his feet, gets to the 50, and is going to have enough to move the chains. He needed 5, and he got 6.
Again, another broken tackle for the Snowflake running backs. They run hard. And he just wanted this first down.
Clock already moving toward 10 minutes to play. Put it into the plus side of the field for the Lobos. Split wide to the left side, Baum. Single man on the near side, Ulberg. And I think they got Silverhorn there off the tight end spot as they're going to drop back. Looking at Ulberg, pump fake, can't get it to him. Now going to move the pocket, throw it into double coverage, and nearly intercepted. Remember, LeDuc is a sophomore, and that might not have been very wise.
Yeah, it was a double move that gave the safety time to get over and top. cornerback looked like he was playing for that double move. They were willing to give up that little curl route, but poor decision. He probably would have been better off just tucking that one and running.
Stops the clock at 9:48 to go in the ball game. Again with the split backs. Again going to Rabin. Picks up a block from Turley. Get to the 45. Still on his feet over the 40 and being pushed toward the 35. He's going to have 11 yards and a flag comes out late. I don't know what the rule is in high school, but don't know if one of your blockers is allowed to pick you up and use you as
it looked like Turley kept Rabin from going down and then helped him go for 5 more yards here.
As it stands, it would be an 11-yard gain. The Tigers right now looking at their bench, I think trying to make sure that they got the play they want in there. It looks like this is going to be a flag on Turley, who's expressing all sorts of frustration. No, it's another sideline violation committed by the Lobos. Or they announced he was aiding the runner, so perhaps my first guess was correct, but I thought that signal was another sideline infraction.
And it's interesting that flag came from the deep umpire as well.
So that makes it second down and 4. The yard marker showing second, the scoreboard's showing third. I don't know if that's a dead ball foul or what, but in any event, it's going to be a handoff to Rabin, who's going to be stopped in the backfield by Christensen. Rabin able to gain an extra yard after the contact, but it's now either 3rd or 4th and short.
Yeah, it still should be 3rd down.
So we still have the same disagreement. Scoreboard showing 4th, yard marker showing 3rd. This is either an awful lot of chutzpah from the Lobos or just an ordinary 3rd down and 3. On their own, no, this is the Tigers' 42. Again, got 2 running backs on either side of Leduc. Fake the handoff, and now going over the top where man is wide open, and it splits Silverhorn's hands.
Yeah, it looks like he may have lost that up in the night or up in the lights. Because he broke and came wide.
Well, you're a basketball coach, so you're familiar with the concept of being too open.
Yeah, that's that is a tough play. We do talk a lot of times. It's really hard to catch the ball when it's coming back over the top of your head.
But I don't think he appreciated that he could have turned around and got himself all set up however he wanted. Brown is out to punt. Guy is standing at his 5. A little bit of pressure coming from the Tigers. This one's angling to the right. Takes a good Lobo bounce, and the coverage is there. Rolls inside the 5. Don't get greedy as it stops at the 2. Brown pinning the Tigers with an excellent 41-yard punt. And Gilbert's going to have 99 yards to go, trailing 21-17 here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, great punt. Somebody dropped that ball right about the 15, and coverage was good. They had 3 guys down there. Let that thing roll till it stopped.
So it's actually 98 yards. It just got inside the 2. You have Zach Thompson, who is, to his credit, almost always able to gain positive yardage. He has just 2 carries that either went for 0 or negative yards.
Yeah, I would be shocked if we don't see a heavy dose of Thompson here to get him out of that.
Single man split wide left is Hepner. And now he's going to come in and get close to the line with another couple of receivers, including Nino. From the shotgun, Frey goes Thompson, and he's able to get out of the end zone and probably back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a little bit more. Nichols is there with the stop, but there was somebody in hot pursuit in the end zone. Bentley.
Yeah, Bentley had got his hands on him in the end zone, but
had said at halftime that if the Tigers are able to come out here and pull off the upset, you probably are looking at 30 carries for Zach Thompson. That's just his 21st. He does have 88 yards as a result. As he is not out there, Cranston is now in the pistol. 2 receivers on either side as they try to spread the Lobos out. Going to throw this one, and it's short. Ball was intended for Smith. And you kind of get an appreciation for the duress that Frey has been under throughout this season, as he wanted no part of a safety. Got rid of that thing, but before his receiver is really able to set himself up.
Yeah, he definitely got himself in a hurry there and got rid of that ball.
Just the third incompletion today for Brock Frey. 7:41 with the clock stopped. Snowflake leads 21-17. Big game for a variety of factors, including the next three are on the road for the Lobos.
In that tight formation again, I wouldn't be surprised if they just hand this off.
Dropping back and looking to run, pressured in the end zone and brought down. Safety put up. As Bentley is there with the sack and the 2-point score.
Yeah, again, with all the struggles they've had protecting the quarterback that year, I'm a little surprised by that play call. They've done a good job all night of moving the pocket, getting that ball out of his hands pretty quick. And then the time when he's got nowhere to retreat through, they holds the ball a little too long, and Bentley's able to make a good play.
Now, it didn't necessarily shatter him, but he did throw him down with some rudeness. So that the early leader for the Deemers glass shattering hit of the game. If you need glass for your home or business, call Deemers Glass in Lakeside. It's hands down the best place to get quality glass at affordable prices. Deemers Glass. Call 1-888-GLASSMAN, as in addition to that fine superlative that's going to make this one essentially a touchdown ball game. Now, Santa Cruz has shown that he is worthy, so it's not a full touchdown, but a 6-point lead. And go back to the conversation that we had started on the previous Lobo possession. Occupy some clock, just get 3, and that seems like that's probably going to do it. Play of the game right now, after having that punt blown up in the second quarter that led to the second Gilbert touchdown. Sam Brown pinning him. He didn't get the 2-pointer, but he gets the assist.
Well, that's right. It certainly wouldn't have been possible without that great punt. And again, the Snowflake defensive line has just been, just wreaking havoc here this second half. They've been in the backfield every single play, it feels like.
He's got this teed up at the 20. 3 waiting Lobos as this one angling towards Smith. He's got to go back toward the 21 to get this one, letting his blocker set up at the 35. He's met by a couple of tacklers, including Cranston and Christensen. But probably as nicely as the Tigers could have hoped to salvage that one. Santa Cruz got a big leg.
Yeah, it's nice. We got 2 high-level kickers here for high school football. They been a number of touchbacks and a 40-yard field goal, some good punts.
Here come the Lobos, 7 minutes and 26 seconds away from a 4-0 start. Now, watching this Gilbert team, looking at this from a Snowflake perspective, looking for ways to avoid having to do something like go down to Micah Mountain for the first round. This seems like a Gilbert team that's going to win another game or 2.
Yeah, I've been impressed with their physicality and defense. I mean, they've played hard the whole game. Defensively, they've been solid. Oh, it's double move for Smith. He's open.
He's got to be able to get that one at the 40 before he's spun down. McGruder there with the stop. The ball comes free, but he was down, as that's a 23-yard gain, perhaps a little bit more. Make it a 28-yard pass play, as the Lobos had a man behind the defense on the previous possession. This time it's going to be hauled in.
Yeah, nice throw again. Christian Smith had a double move out here, got behind the defense, and Leduc delivered a nice ball.
Move it to the Gilbert 32. 7 minutes to play, 23-17. The Lobos lead after the safety. 2 receivers out wide left, split backs, going with Rabin. Goes to the right side, gets to the 30 before he is caught from behind, but he's still on his feet as he gets to the 25. Mark him down all the way at the 24. Gains 8.
Well, and like you said at half, that Rabin's certainly been a workhorse here the second half, and he's running real hard and, again, breaking tackles.
2 going out wide left. That includes Willis. Smith, who just had the big pass play, is all alone on the right. Handoff instead goes Turley, as he's brought down by Sanchez, but not before Turley picks up 3 and has a first down with 6 minutes and 20 seconds to play. 6-point lead, but the Lobos looking for a little insurance.
And again, they're in Brown's field goal range here. So again, just a few more for another first down or 2, and just don't make a mistake.
Keeping this one, Leduc comes to the right side, looking for a blocker as he gets to the 10, still on his feet at the 5, and he slips a tackler to get into the end zone. A Comfort Fit Dentures touchdown from 21 yards out. Yeah, there is a flag on the 15, though, and I think that one of his blockers was perhaps cheating. I think it might be Smith.
Might be Smith on the edge here.
Fans don't like it, but again, the Lobos getting the hands underneath the pads right in front of a line judge.
No, and we did get some free fireworks out of it, so it's not a total loss.
What is the firework budget here at Snowflake High? Because the pregame fireworks were extensive.
Yes, right. It's as good a fireworks show as I've seen in a while.
Still first down. Move it back to the 15, so we'll credit Leduc with a 5-yard gainer. He has 120. That would have been his 3rd touchdown.
And again, it's just another really strong run.
It's at the 25-yard line. Again with the 2 running backs. This time goes to Rabin after faking the give to Turler. He's brought down by Sanchez, but not before he gains 4.
And it's been interesting because Gilbert's been running the 4-man front, and then they've been walking those 2 linebackers down on the edges. But with those 2 passes, the one that Snowflake missed and the one that they hit, they've been keeping those linebackers back about the last 5 or 6 plays. So should open up some of that run game.
Clock running at 5.5 to play. 2nd down and 11 with the Lobos already in Sam Brown field goal range as Rabin comes to the near side, bounces it outside at the 15, tries to cut back inside the 10. He's going to have enough for a first down. Smith brings him down, but that negates what I was just about to wonder, as the gain of 16 from Rabin is not going to make the conversation about Gilbert using timeouts germane, but they're going to use one anyway. Stopping play with 5:15 to go. Desperate to try to keep Snowflake out of the end zone, trailing 6. It's Jolo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 1067 and iTalk1067.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Arno. I might not be comfortable on the basketball court, but I promise, at Comfort Fit Dentures, you'll feel comfortable. Always.
Comfort Fit Dentures has dentures starting at $499 with payment plans, and they have 2 labs, meaning you get your dentures in days instead of weeks. Call Comfort Fit Dentures today to schedule a free exam and x-ray. 928-888-0002. 928-888-0002.
First time out used by Gilbert. Snowflakes facing 1st and goal from the 6.
I would expect to see probably, I would not be surprised if we have 3 runs by Leduc here. However, it looks like Snowflake's back in that I formation.
Olberg is deep. Turley is up, and they're both very close to the offensive line. Smith on the right side, fake the handoff, rolling this one to the left, going to throw this one toward the goal line as the intended man was Core.
Yeah, again, that probably was the wrong decision. He probably could have walked in the end zone on that as he came around. There was no contain. But
perhaps just trying to introduce a new wrinkle.
Yeah, and it's hard. Like, you develop certain plays to do certain things, and I'm sure that they were looking to throw that ball to Aiden. That was the whole design of that set, and he was open.
Same formation, Olberg again dotting the I as they turn and give it to him. Rice running to the right side, now turns his back and forces his way closer to the goal line. Stopped at the 2.
Oh, that's an awfully weird spot because he didn't get down to the ground till he was right at the goal line.
Look at him keep both hands on the ball, turn and chug.
Yeah, I mean, he was almost in the end zone.
Yeah.
I think they misspotted that one by about 1.5 yards.
But 3rd and 2, Leduc been known to call his own number in this circumstance. Had 1 touchdown on this drive, pulled off the board because of a holding flag. So maybe he wants to try for the hat trick once more as he's got the same formation. I very close to the line. Bomb And Smith instead it's going to be Ulberg who's going to go to the left side, and he walks untouched into the end zone for a Comfort Fit Dentures touchdown. 2 yards out.
Well, I mean, they obviously are committed to that set, and it's much more than a gimmick, right? They came back to it at the end of the game in this important goal line situation, got a touchdown out of it.
4:12 left. Brown's trying to make it a 30-17 game. You might think about going for 2 here.
No, but that's what the chart would tell you. So you can get up by the 2 scores, but
the Lobo defense is Brown again with a little bit of pressure. He's able to get that one up and in. I think that's more of a nod of confidence toward how they've played, as there's 4:12 to go, and Snowflake's D not allowing any points thus far in the second half, and only allowed 3 points when the Tigers have had to go the length of the field. Game's in its final moments here. It's Shola Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
Want to go fishing? Head to Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport. They have fishing supplies, outdoor fishing attire, and fishing gear. Plus all kinds of bait including live worms, flies, and lures. The staff are experienced anglers, and they can advise you on what you need, where to go, and what type of bait the fish are biting on. Plus, pick up your fishing, camping, and boat permits. When you think fishing, think Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport. Located on Highway 260, 1 mile before the casino.
Northland Pioneer College kickoff. When it's time to kick off your college education, do so at Northland Pioneer College. Gets the lowest tuition in the state, as Brown made it a 30-17 game. Also made it a 9-point game, as this one's returnable. Going to be had by Guy, starts running right to left and eventually stopped at the 20, but again finished that thought. Brown pinned the Tigers into 2, and I think when the obituary is written, that is going to be recognized as the death knell.
Yeah,
that great punt from Brown.
Yep, and I think that safety completely turned all the momentum in the game, and in essence ended the football game at that time. But
Bradshaw Mountain, as we're getting some scores in, beats AJ 24-7. Again, the Lobos looking for everybody that they've beaten to start piling up wins. Going to be the biggest Gilbert Tiger fans in the state of Arizona after this, as there's 2 receivers on either side. Of course, it's not over. Gilbert still has 2 timeouts. They can get some big chunks as they're running for his life. Bray able to slip a tackler, now moving to the right side, trying to unload, throws this one down the sideline, where it is caught there by Hepner. That's what it's there. It's like, radio guy, you need to pump the brakes. Going to play this one to zeros if you don't mind. That gain of 27 pushes it out toward midfield.
And again, did a good job. Good job with the 2 guys in the backfield again, but he was able, Bray was able to get outside, or Frey, I'm sorry, was able to get outside of the pocket and make a really good throw on the run.
50 yards now for Hepner on 4 catches. Trips coming to the left. Everybody trying to make sure they're lined up properly as the shotgun snap is had by Frey. Starts moving this time to his left. Wants to unload, goes underneath. Only hope was to try to short hop his intended man, which I believe was Sanchez. Nope,
yeah.
That's actually King.
And again, the defensive line again is just living in the backfield, making things awfully hard on Frey.
2nd down and 10. 3:31 to go. If the Tigers want to give themselves a chance, going to have to get this one in the end zone and fast. 2 receivers on either side. Thompson in the backfield alongside Frey, who just missed on his 4th pass attempt. Smith in motion, goes back to the near side, as instead this one's going to be had by King, who gets belted by Core.
Oh.
A flag comes out, now another flag. I don't know what they're flagging.
A shoulder.
Shoulder to shoulder, right?
Yeah, that's just a reaction to the physicality of the hit.
Taking a look at this one more time as King's got the catch. hits him shoulder to shoulder. And I don't know, maybe to the officials' credit, they're going to flag Coor for being a little too enthusiastic after the fact, but let's see. Personal foul is called. Wow, helmet to helmet. That is the absolutely wrong call from two different officials.
Yeah, that's just there was a reaction to the physicality of the hit.
I don't know. Maybe they're saying he's defenseless. Trying to find a halfway point where we can meet him.
Yeah, I mean, you're still allowed to tackle. Like, I don't know if, you can still tackle defenseless players, I guess, but you can't hit them high. But I think that was just a reaction to, the physicality on that tackle. But like you said, again, it was textbook shoulder to shoulder. Aiden did a good job tackling with his shoulder, and he didn't hit the receiver in his head, even though he had dropped.
Kings up. That's the Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center break for an injury. Going to have everything you need to get your athlete in the game. Arizona College Prep 36, Yuma Catholic 22. That's something. ACP might be for Realio.
Yeah, I think they're undefeated.
Yeah,
at this point.
I always am a little skeptical when eggheads are trying to lace them up, but they're getting it done.
Well, maybe they've shifted from academics to athletics for their college prep.
Get into Stanford a variety of ways.
That's right.
3:15 after the 15-yard flag. It's going to move it to the Snowflake 27. So it said that Gilbert needed to really hustle, and Aiden Coor's tackle is going to permit them to do so. He's right now manning the interior of Snowflake zone. Three receivers going out to the right side is Frey. Also picked up about 14 yards on that passing play. Now running for his life as he's able to get to the edge. Throw this one backwards, going to be intercepted. Taken by Lerma, picks up a block in the back. So he's going to be off of the races, but it's not going to matter. As Thompson trying to bring him down. There's another illegal block. Lerma's still on his feet as he gets to the 5, but that was an awful lot of calisthenics that is not going to count.
This one will likely come back, though, folks.
Likely. The PA man says it will likely come back.
Yeah, and Bentley again with pressure and forces him out. I think it was a designed rollout, but because Bentley had that early pressure, he forced him into that, hurried that throw
Frey
a little bit.
Was dialed into Nino from the start.
Yeah.
As White was there with the help, and there's all sorts of laundry on the field, but the interception's going to stand. Gilbert can only stop the clock twice more as Lerma probably just put this one into the old deep freeze as we provide a little homage there for the deceased Al McCoy. I believe he was 92 years old and passed away last weekend.
Yeah, and I think everybody in the state of Arizona is familiar with his voice.
So that will move the ball back to the 20. The Lobos 2 minutes and 38 seconds away from running the record to 4-0 and getting ready for a 3-game road trip down to the heart of Metro Phoenix, beginning on the outskirts, I should say, with a trip to Poston Butte. Or is it Seton first? Seton and then Poston Butte.
Seton, they have one. Yeah, they have Seton left, and then they get into the conference play.
And then Marcos Ceniza, I believe. As the handoff goes, Rabin is able to make a couple of different cuts to take this over the 30. Get this one down to the 10, and nope, there's a player down. I mean, not to the 10. That was a 10-yard gain. So they'll move the chains. Sergio Flores right now is requiring some assistance as we get another Summit Regional Medical Center injury report with him holding what looked like his left leg initially, maybe his right leg.
Yeah, and Raven, again, has done a really good job running the ball this second half, and maybe that was by design that they kept him fresh to kind of close this game out. But he's done a really good job with it.
Lobos are going to be at Seton next week, the surprising undefeated Seton Catholic team. They're posting Butte, then Marcos Deniza before they come home for a huge one against Eastmark, which last we had heard was trailing Northwest Christian 9-7. But 3 in a row on the road. And we'll have all 3 for you. Mike Caldwell, spotter and statistician, is ready to write off some mileage. ... 2:31 left. And Seton in the fourth quarter is leading Estrella Foothills 37-14. Again, the Lobos don't want to go on the road for much of the postseason. And Bradshaw Mountain getting wins, Gilbert getting some wins after this, Seton. Of course, they're going to have to win that one.
Yeah, and I believe the PowerPoint rankings are the initial rankings are released this week.
Oh, snap is going to go underneath Leduc. He's going to dive on it. That's 3A. So the Lobos are waiting until the 8th.
The 8th, okay.
Gilbert will take a quick timeout. Hey, we'll do it with them. 30-17. Lobos lead and have the football. 1:58 to play. It's Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk 106.7.com.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at SholoFord.com. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint now has 3 locations to serve you: Snowflake, Lakeside, and now Sholo. And with over 85 years combined experience in auto glass and over 40 years of combined experience in window tint, you can trust the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint with your vehicle. Call them today.
Just call 536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you.
After the snap got by Leduc, Gilbert calls its second timeout. 30-17, the Lobos are leading. Snowflake on a 2nd and 20 gives this one to Turley, who bounces off a couple of tacklers, now gets out to the left and eventually tripped up at the 30, gains 12 of those yards back to set up 3rd and 8. Estes was there on the stop. Turley now has 77 yards on 14 carries. Leduc has 120 yards on 17 carries. Rabin has 82 yards on 12 carries. We were talking about former Arizona football coach Dick Tomey, who frequently said 3 things can happen when you pass the football, and 2 of them are bad. And this Lobo rushing attack kind of makes one wonder who needs it.
Well, yeah, especially when you got three kids that can run the ball, and they all run hard. They all break tackles. They're all home run threats as well. They're pushing 270 yards rushing tonight.
Tigers using the last timeout, so it would be a shocker if Snowflake does anything besides keep the ball on the ground. And, of course, if they're able to pick up these 9 yards, that's going to be all she wrote. Got Rabin and Turley in the backfield on either side of Leduc. And after the timeout, handoff goes Turley, goes to the left, is bottled up by the Tigers, so they're going to have to punt it away, but just 1 minute and 38 seconds as it stands right now. I don't know if there's going to be enough time to try to score twice.
No, and especially if you get a good punt here and pin them, back inside the 30, they probably shouldn't have to punt the ball until there's about 1 minute left. That'll change things with that flag, though.
It's in the Snowflake backfield. Unsportsmanlike on Gilbert. Now, you got some gestures coming from the Snowflake side, and it suggested toward the end of the third quarter that these teams seemed as if their patience with one another had run to exhaustion.
It turns into a first
that
down.
Will be a first down for the Lobos, so that, as they say, is that.
Well, that's going to go ahead and end this. I don't know, they got their backup quarterback in with Judd Flakes getting some snaps, so they may allow him to run some plays here rather than just take a knee. But
going with the I formation as the clock has not yet been triggered. Taking a knee. So probably going to have to do that twice more. 30-17 as the Lobos throw the shutout over the second half. Again, credit the Snowflake defense. When Gilbert did not have an exceptionally short field, it had a really hard time finding points.
Yeah, they had one substantial drive tonight that led to a 40-yard field goal. So they did a great job. The defensive line especially was really good tonight.
That's after the Tigers seemingly started changing the game plan, trying to move Frey out so he's not going to be running for his life the whole time. The Lobos couldn't get to him in the first half, but got there 3 times in the second, one of which for a safety is now back under center. And, didn't get that one off in time. As Flake is in there as the quarterback, I believe, and is said to have taken too much time. 37 seconds left, and the Lobos will go 4-0 into the 3-game road trip.
Well, they'll get undefeated Seton Catholic next week as well, so battle of undefeateds should be a good football game.
We got to tell Channel 12. Nothing else, they can pick up our feed, right?
Yeah.
Say that one again.
Northwest Christian leading Eastmark 16-7. That seems to be the toughest competition that Snowflake's going to face in its region. So the Lobos 4-0 and right now got an awful lot to feel good about as both sides are lining up. And a 30-17 win to run the record to 4-0. A hard-fought win against a Gilbert team that, again, has just got the biggest fan that they could imagine with these Lobos as Snowflake's trying to avoid going on the road much, if at all, in the postseason. As there's zeros on the clock, Snowflake gets the W, and we'll start wrapping it up after this. It's Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
Hey everyone, it's Joe G from Horn Auto Center in the Deuce and Sholo. Not only do we have great specials on new cars, we got some awesome deals on used cars too. How about a 2023 Corolla with only 2,000 miles on it? It's all-wheel drive. It was $41,888, now $38,500. How about a 2020 Cadillac XT6 premium luxury with only 44,000 miles? It was $33,544. Mention this video for $29,495. Check out all of our specials, hornauto.com. Make it a great day.
Northland Pioneer College is cheering for you on and off the field. Secure a win by enrolling in college courses at NPC. Earn college credits in high school, learn a new skill or trade. Complete classes that will transfer to any Arizona university. NPC has 3 new bachelor's degree programs and over 100 associate degrees, certificates, and areas of study to choose from. The playing field for your future is wide open. Take a shot and score big by enrolling in classes at NPC. Northland Pioneer College. Your journey starts here.
At Summit Healthcare, you'll find a level of care you might not expect from a rural hospital. We've recently received 5 stars from CMS, a prestigious ranking that less than 5% of facilities in Arizona earned. Our cancer center has proven its level of advanced care with a national accreditation from the Commission on Cancer. And we continue to add more doctors and services so that you don't have to leave the mountain to find the care you need. At Summit Healthcare, we're elevating care here at home.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
30-17 is the final here. The Lobos 4-0. remaining undefeated. The Tigers fall to 1-4. Arizona College Prep is leading Yuma Catholic 43-22. Right now, thought to be the top team in the 4A conference. As you got a couple of teams that were thought to be four of the best, especially Eastmark, which right now having a hard time escaping Northwest Christian without a loss. CDO has also had a little bit of a sluggish start. And they lost to Marana 48-0. Oh, that says an awful lot about that. Seton Catholic beating up on Estrella Foothills means that it's going to be a battle of two unbeatens that you're going to hear right here on iTalk 106.7 next week as we take a look at what happened here. And it was a whole lot of Snowflake's ground game. 82 yards for Carter Rabin on 12 carries, 120 yards for Jacob Leduc on 17 carries, 77 yards for Canton Turley on 14 carries. If the Lobos are able to use those three runners and get holes opened up by the line, doesn't matter.
No, especially with the they can run right, they can run left, they can run power, they can run outside. That offensive line, I think, is definitely one of the strengths of the football team. They do such a really good job opening holes. But then those backs hit those holes really hard, and all three of them finished their runs. We saw that with the multiple broken tackles tonight.
On the other side of it, Gilbert took a 17-14 lead into the locker room and then received the opening kick, forced a 3-and-out, got a first down on the next possession, but unable to really move the ball outside of that. That, much more so maybe even than the Lobo ground game, seemed as if it set the tone in the second half.
Yeah, and I think, too, defensively they did just such a good job with their physicality and things like that as well. So I think it bodes well for their future. Keep playing hard, keep playing physical. You block and tackle, run the ball well. You always get a chance to win in high school football.
So with the Lobos winning 30-17, give us what you think is the Horn Auto Center drive of the game. Is a punctuating drive in the second half came with a 63-yard touchdown run. I guess it's kind of tough to say that is the drive of the game unless you're in a Camaro.
Yeah.
But Jacob Leduc had that really nifty run, so maybe that's the best way to try to look at that one.
Yeah, it's either that or that drive in the first quarter that was pretty lengthy that kind of got him back on balance after giving up that quick touchdown on the turnover. I think you can go either way, but that last drive was back-breaking.
And that one, the one that first that we're referencing, gave the Lobos their lead back after they lost it following the fumbled punt or the blocked punt. But then this one, the one that you're referencing, really just broke the Tigers' will there.
Yeah, I think that's where I would lean towards that one. I think that was the difference in the football game.
So the Horn Auto Center drive of the game. The Deemer's glass shattering hit of the game. If you need glass for your home or business, Deemer's Glass in Lakeside is hands down the best place to call when you need quality glass at affordable prices. Deemer's Glass, 1-888-GLASSMAN. Already talked about the safety, as I believe that was White.
Or Bentley
that was able to get to Frey at the back of the end zone. Wasn't necessarily the hardest hit. Aiden Kaur probably has something that he'd like to remind everybody about there, but it was probably the most influential hit.
Yeah, I think it certainly was the one that was impacted the game the biggest, and I would agree with that.
But shout out to Aiden Kaur, who not only had that one flag that seemed as if he had gone shoulder to shoulder. The only thing that we could guess is that it was a defensive player that he was hitting, but that one probably shattered an awful lot in addition to glass. So those two, the highlighted Deemer's glass shattering hits of the game. If you need glass for your home or business, call Deemer's Glass. Hands down the best place to call for quality glass at affordable prices, 1-888-GLASSMAN. This is a tough one for you. The Mountain Mobile Auto Glass Intent player of the game. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass Intent is the best place to get your windshield repaired because they're experts.
Yeah, I think, like you said, there's a number of candidates. I think, Leduc had a couple of tough runs, certainly set the tone with his physicality and the long touchdown runs. But in the end, I think the defensive line play was instrumental. They shut him out the second half and actually produced a score on their side. I think with Andrew Bentley was kind of leading the way with that. We must have called his name 15 times in the second half, it felt like.
I just love how I try to set that up with drama, and Caldwell's like, no, it's Andrew Bentley, and let's go home.
No, just kill this.
No. but you're getting love. Andrew Bentley is the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint player of the game. You get your windshield replaced by the experts. As the last call here at Snowflake High School, the Lobos beat Gilbert 30-17. We thank all of our sponsors, especially Ace Hardware and Pinetop Overgarden Sholo for the keys to the game, the Honda Ski and Outdoor Sports Store for the halftime show, Northland Pioneer College shouting out for the kickoffs, Horn Auto Center for the drive of the game, Summit Regional Medical Center helping us out with injured players, Comfort Fit Dentures on all the touchdowns, and then Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint for the player of the game. Next week, the Lobos 4-0 against the likewise undefeated Seton Catholic. Oh, Seton's 3-1, I beg your pardon. So they are not undefeated. But it's going to be a big one. Power points galore at stake as we thank Coach Mike West, Mike Caldwell as well. And great job from all of our camera operators as we thank you for starting your weekend with us. We'll be with you again from Chandler next week. Hope that you'll tune in. Until then, be safe.
This has been Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 KNKI Pinetop and iTalk1067.com. Brought to you in part by Northland Pioneer College, Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, Deemer's Glass, Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint, Summit Regional Medical Center, Horn Auto Center, Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport, and Comfort Fit Dentures. This broadcast has been a copyrighted production of iTalk 106.7 and Country Mountain Airwaves, a Kopaniki communications station. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of this broadcast without the expressed written consent of iTalk 106.7 or Country Mountain Airwaves is strictly prohibited. For more information on this game and other games around the region, go to iTalk 106.7.